A. Martinez. Number 7, J. Rocha. Number 8, J. Moreno. Number 10, J. Bernal. Number 15, A. Myers. Number 16, A. Ledesma. Number 22, J. Rodriguez. Number 28, M. Morales. And now, starting, Z. Escalera. D. Prieto. Number 12, P. Dominguez. Number 5, D. Villa. Number 34, M. Perez. Number 3, M. Reese. Number 9, D. Ortiz. Number 6, J. Ortiz. Number 27, F. Brasil. And number 25, E. Escalera.
Coaches.
I don't have any name for coaches here, guys. And now introducing the 2 coaches for Azusa, California. And now for Aroma Park, Illinois. Number 1, Brian Willis. Number 2, Jason Hodges. Number 5, Jaden Harris. Number 7, Jarius Harris. Number 10, Thomas Offill. Number 12, Emmett Hayes. Number 15, Peyton Harwood. Number 21, TJ Prude. Number 22, Brody Clark. Number 23, Spencer Boudreau. Number 26, Tyler Snorek. Number 27, Cody Freitas. Number 44, Mason McHugh. Number 99, Jay Shires. Manager for Aroma Park, Steve Cantaway. Coach, Jared Harris. Coach, Jason Moore. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem. Okay, let's get ready to play ball.
Last year did all the time. You were talking, I was talking. Don't worry about
Okay.
I thought y'all were connected with the speaker here when you don't have the laptop?
Yeah.
The LISD laptop with the music?
No, no, we're doing it from ours.
it. You have cold water?
Oh,
You
okay.
know water?
I don't have cold water, I have water.
That's fine.
Right down here.
That's why I was like, oh, okay, it's through the sound system.
But we're also broadcasting, so it's coming through here.
Oh,
It's on YouTube, so,
oh, really?
yep. And so,
Oh, yeah, realize.
bring it, yeah. All right, good morning. We're live here at the 2024 Pony Palomino World Series first game featuring Aroma Park and Azusa, California. And and looks like the officials are standing around home plate waiting for breakfast, or they're looking to speak to one of the coaches. Okay.
What age is this?
So, from Laredo, Texas, Veterans Field, 18U Pony Palomino World Series action. First game of the tournament for the 18U. Being played right here at the Gateway City in Laredo, Texas, at Veterans Field, home of the Martin High School Tigers. Thank you, LISD, for these wonderful facilities, press box, and all their gear. This broadcast is being shared with you over Laredo Pony YouTube. If you go to laredopony.org, you can watch the stream there. The 12U Bronco World Series is being featured on Laredo Pony's Facebook page, and it can be accessed from laredopony.org as well. And so here we go. We're getting ready for this first game. These two teams have been to Laredo before, and so this will be a great opportunity for them to showcase their skills and see if they can make it into the championship game. Let's see what else we've got for this morning. We've got camera crews. We'll have camera shots coming from first base, home field, home plate, and from third base. Broadcast brought to you by our title sponsor, Southern Sanitation and Southern American Live Doppler Radar. Our box score sponsor, Kraus Development, and our sponsor, Advanced Spine Pain Solutions, Dr. Marta A. Martinez. And I apologize if you hear background noise and phones ringing. That's part of the press box, and we'll have folks up here every once in a while. So we apologize for the extra noise. We'll get after Hector over at Game Changer to keep him quiet here in the next few minutes. Or we'll put him outside in the hot sun. Let him call from out there. So here we go. This is California. Okay, coming to the plate to bat for Azusa, California, number 2, Z Escalera at the plate. And so, first pitch of the 2024 Palomino World Series underway. And the windup, and that's a strike to Escalera.
It's because they don't really do the pitch count, but if it strikes and a balls, it's going to show.
So here we go. And that's a foul ball. Escalera chipping that one into the seats. And now we've got a 1-2 count. And that's a ball hitting the dirt. Pitcher looking in intensely on the batter, Escalera, number 2 from Azusa, California. The windup. Oh, and that's a little high. So looks like the batter is defending himself really well out here. And that's a walk for Escalera. Headed over to first base. And now coming to bat, number 44, Di Prieto. Number 44, Di Prieto, coming to the plate. Pitcher looking intently at Escalera on first base. Prieto at the plate. High fastball. Ball 1 to Prieto. And again, the left-hander on the mound for Azusa. And that's a strike. 1-1 count to Prieto at the plate. Runner on first. Score 0-0 here in the top of the first inning. First game of the 2024 Palomino World Series featuring Azusa, California and Aroma Park, Illinois. The pitch. And that's a little high. 2 balls, 1 strike to Prieto. Runner on first. Pitcher looking over at first base of the runner, got a good lead. And that's fly into foul territory. First baseman is chasing it just outside of the field of play. Good effort by the first baseman as you ran to grab that foul ball. Prieto now 2-2 the count. No outs. Runner on first. Azusa, California at bat. Top of the first. Pony Palomino World Series action coming live from Veterans Field in Laredo, Texas. Pitcher is winding. And another high fastball. 3-2 the count to Prieto. Runner on first. Escalera. Pitcher is now looking hard at that first base runner as he's getting a nice comfortable lead. The pitch, high fastball, ball 4, and we've got 2 men on base now. Prieto walking to first, Escalera now at second with number 12, P. Dominguez, coming to the plate. Now batting number 12, P. Dominguez. Two runners on, no outs here at the top of the first game for the Pony Palomino World Series. Great baseball action coming to you from Veterans Field, home of the Martin Tigers, LISD's Crown Jewel Field. Here on the border, right between the big cities of San Antonio and Monterrey, wedged in there, the 2 sister cities, Laredo, Nuevo Laredo. Nation's largest inland port. Ball 1 to number 12. P. Dominguez. And there's a grounder to second. 1, 2, double play. Runner advances the third. 2 outs, top of the first. And we've got a runner on third, Escalera, motoring over to third base. Now batting number 5, D. Villa. D. Villa is now at the plate for Azusa with a runner on third, 2 outs, top of the first. And he takes a hard shot right between first and second. That's going to score Escalera. And we've got a 1-0 lead for Azusa, California here at the top of the first. Number 5, D. Villa, driving in that RBI. And now coming to the plate. Now batting number 34, M. Perez. M. Perez at the plate with a runner on first, 2 outs. And he takes strike 1 from the pitcher. And we've got a 1-0 game here with Azusa, California on top of the first. 2024 Palomino World Series. The pitch is high, ball 1, so 1-1 the count to Perez. Right-handed batter at the plate, facing a left-handed pitcher. And so We've got another windup and another strike. 2-1 the count. 2 strikes, 1 ball. Runner on first. 1 run already scored. Top of the first. The windup. And that's high inside. 2-2 the count. To Pettis.
What number on first base?
Number 5, Villa is on first base after knocking in the first run of the game. Escalera, who had gotten on first base with a walk, has now come in, and it's 1-0 Azusa over Aroma Park here at the top of the first. And we've got a full count to Pettis. And that's a short shot to second base. Quick toss to first, and that ends the inning for Azusa, California, but not before they score 1 run to take the lead over Aroma Park as we come to the bottom of the first. We'll be right back after these brief commercial messages from our sponsors. Pony Palomino World Series action. We'll be right back.
So what number was the one day?
Series featuring Azusa, California versus Aroma Park. And here we go, top of the order coming, and that is number 10, Thomas Offill. Now batting number 10, Thomas Offill. Offill, the second baseman, left-handed batter, takes strike 1 from the pitcher. Reese on the mound for Azusa delivers a ball to Offill. 1-1 the count. Bottom of the first. Azusa leading 1-0. And that's a foul ball. Rolling over to third, down the third baseline. Offill, number 10, at the plate. Left-handed batter. Offill is your second baseman for Aroma Park. On the mound, Reese for Azusa. Offill with a line shot out to left center and gets a single on first base now. And now coming to bat for Aroma Park, now batting number 44, Mason McHugh. McHugh, a left-handed hitter, facing the right-hander, Reese for Azusa. Pops one right up. Looks like shortstop's going to have the play. There it is. Out number 1 for Aroma Park. Runner on first, 1 out. And now coming to the plate. Now batting TJ Prude. Number 21, TJ Prude. Prude, a left-handed batter, playing in right field for Aroma Park, takes
21, I think.
takes the ball for the first pitch from Reese. 1 out, 1 man on. And that looks like ball number 2 from Reese to Prude, the left-handed batter for Aroma, right fielder. Runner on first, 1 out. And that's a shot down third base, foul. That one left the area in a hurry. Number 3, M. Reese, is your pitcher for Azusa. And he throws inside, and he gets up and throws it to first base, but runner is back safe. Offil making it back to first base safely. Nice throw by the catcher for Azusa. Jay Ortiz, and that's a shot over second into right field, and that'll advance the runner into scoring position at second base. Allfield now at 10. Prude now at first, and now batting now batting number 9, Jay Shires. 99, Jay Shires. Jay Shires at the plate, and he takes strike 1 from Reese. 1 out, 2 runners on, second and first. Azusa leading 1-0, bottom of the first. Ball outside, 1-1 the count. These games are being brought to you by our title sponsor, Southern Sanitation, Southern American Live Doppler Radar. And that's ball 2 from Reese. 2 balls, 1 strike. Runners on second and first. 1 out, bottom of the first. Aroma Park at the plate with number 99, Jay Shires, the designated hitter, at the plate. And he's got a 2-2 count from Reese with 1 out. Chops that one. That one's headed out towards foul territory down the third base line. 2-2 the count. M. Reese, right-handed pitcher for Azusa on the mound. 2 runners on, second and first. And that's a grounder. It's going to get to 1 out. Looks like the runner at second is safe. Shortstop missed the tag on second base, but was able to get the runner at first. And now we've got runners at third and second with 2 outs. And now coming to the plate, now batting number 5, Jaden Harris. Harris at the plate, and he takes ball 1 from Reese. Bottom of the first, there are 2 outs. Runners on third and second. And that one gets away from the catcher. Looks like the runner's going to try to get to home, and he's going to be safe. Ball got away from the catcher, and a run scores. Number 10, Offville, coming in to score the first run for Aroma Park, Illinois. The count now 2-0 to Jaden Harris, number 5. Harris playing center field for Aroma Park, facing the right-hander, M. Reese from Azusa, California. Your catcher for Azusa. High inside, that's ball 3. Catcher for Azusa is Jay Ortiz. Pitcher M. Reese. And he delivers a strike to Jaden Harris, the center fielder for Aroma. Count now 3-1, 2 outs. Runner at third. And that's a strike, 3-2, full count with 2 outs. Got a runner, Prude, at third. Harris at the plate, Reese on the mound. And that one is low for ball 4, and we got runners at the corner. Runners at the corners, we've got number 5, Jaden Harris, walking to first. Number 21, Prude, is at third. And coming to the plate, number 7, Jarius Harris. Now batting, number 7, Jarius Harris. Harris facing the right-hander Reese. With runners at the corner, takes a swing at that one. That's strike 1. Nice cut there by Harris. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. There goes the runner, and the ball gets past the catcher Ortiz. And Prude's going to score. Harris is making his way to third base, and there he is. Safe at third. 2 runs now for Aroma Park here at the bottom of the first. Aroma leading Azusa 2-1 with 2 outs. One the count on Harris. Reese with a low one in the dirt to Harris. Got past the catcher, allowed a run to score. That's a little high. 2-1. Pitcher has good control. He's had just only 1 or 2 get away from him, but looking good on the mound. And he just delivers another strike. 2-2 the count. With 2 outs now. Harris at the plate with 2 strikes. 2 outs. Runner on third. Azusa trailing 1-2 here to Aroma Park in the bottom of the first. And that's a check swing, and they got him. First base ump confirms. Strike 3, and Reese retires aside, but not before Aroma Park scores 2. And the score now at the bottom of the first, coming to the top of the second. Azusa trailing 1-2. Aroma Park taking the field, and we'll be right back after these brief commercial messages to help pay the bills. Top of the second inning, first game of the 2024 Palomino World Series here in Laredo, Texas. Aroma Park leading Azusa, California 2-1 here at the top of the second inning. And coming to the plate to bat for Azusa, strike 1 to number 9, D. Ortiz. Left-handed hitter D. Ortiz at the plate. Facing Brody Clark, left-handed pitcher for Aroma. That's a ball. 2-1 the count to Ortiz. No outs here at the top of the first inning. Ortiz facing the lefty. Clark for Aroma Park, Illinois. 2-2 the count. No outs. And there's a stoppage of play here. Ump is whispering over to the coaches at Aroma. Brody Clark on the mound for Aroma. And well, it looks like we had an error on the pitch count. It's now 2-2. And that's a foul ball. Headed out over third. So the correct count is 2 balls, 2 strikes. No outs. Top of the second. Azusa, California, at the plate. And that one is fly down the third baseline, foul. Batter Ortiz, Ortiz, staying alive. Shortstop for Azusa. Ortiz facing Brody, the left-hander, and that's another fly ball into foul territory. Whistling right over the head of our cameraman on third base. So we've got some balls being rolled in here to replenish the umpire's ball bag. Catcher for Aroma is Boudreau. Boudreau, the catcher. Spencer Boudreau. Catching for Brody Clark, who just walks D. Ortiz, number 9. So we have a runner on first, no out. And we've got
What number is he?
number
6.
now batting number 6, J. Ortiz. Ortiz now batting for Aroma. Ortiz is the catcher for Azusa. Excuse me. Ortiz batting for Azusa, the catcher, facing the left-handed Brody Clark with a runner on first. No outs. Azusa trailing 1-2.
You never know.
And that's a strike. 0-2 the count with runner on first. Clark looks over at first, winds up, throws, and that's a high fastball. Ball 1, 1-2 the count. D. Ortiz on first base. Walked there by Brody Clark. A windup. Oh, and a swing and a miss. Strike 3. J. Ortiz, the catcher, striking out. Brody Clark having a good game so far. Now batting number 27, F. Brazil. F. Brazil now batting. And he takes a strike from Clark. And as you can tell, I'm doing double duty. There's usually somebody here to call the game on site, but not this morning. So I'm doing a little bit of broadcast work and a little PA announcement for the stadium as well. So I apologize if you hear me repeat myself a few times. But that's how the ball bounces. And we've got a 2 balls, 1 strike to Brazil, left-handed batter. Brazil, your second baseman for Azusa, California, facing Brody Clark, left-hander for Aroma Park.
And that's a ground shot to shortstop. 1. Oh, so we got an out at second. Runner is safe at first. 2 outs now. Runner on first. And now coming to the plate for Azusa, California, is number 25. Now batting number 25, E. Escalera. E. Escalera for Azusa. Escalera, the center fielder for Azusa, California. Brody Clark on the mound for Aroma. And that's a foul ball over to first base. Out of the field of play. 1 runner on. Escalera, number 25, the center fielder for Azusa at the plate. Right-hander facing left-hander, Brody Clark. Runner at first. And that's inside. 1-1 the count. 2 outs here at the top of the first. Aroma Park leading Azusa 2-1. First game of the 2024 Pony Palomino World Series. And that's a foul ball into the net. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the batter, Escalera. Clark on the mound with a runner on first. 2 outs. And the pitch, high and outside. 2-2 the count. Number 27, Brazil on first base. After grounding to short, fielder's choice taking the runner at second out. High and outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Escalera, the center fielder. Full count with a runner on. 2 outs here at the top of the first. I'm sorry, top of the second. First game of the Pony Palomino World Series. And that's a shot right over shortstop, and that's going to come down with a runner advancing to second. Single for Escalera. So we have runners now on second and first with number 2 now batting for Azusa. Z. Escalera. Z. Escalera batting for Azusa. Number two Escalera, leadoff hitter for Azusa. Playing in right field for the Californians. He's got 2 runners on, second and first. Brody Clark, left-hander on the mound. And 2 outs here at the top of the second. Clark looks over to second, fires a pitch, and that's a strike. Nice breaking ball from Clark, the left-hander. Escalera trying to bring some runs in, chops one down the third base line. Third base coach unable to handle it. Oh, 2 the count with 2 outs. Runners on second and first. Clark on the mound, Escalera at the plate. The pitch. And that's a shot right down to center field, and that's going to come down. And the runner's going to try to get to home. Oh, and he's safe. The throw was in time, but the catcher could not handle the throw. Spencer Boudreau, the catcher for Aroma Park, dropped that one and let the runner score. And so we've got an RBI single with runners at second and first. The score now 2-2 Azusa, tied with Aroma Park with 2 outs. Runner at second, runner at first. And number 44, Di Prieto at the plate. Number 44, Di Prieto at the plate. Number 44, Di Prieto takes a high fastball from Clark. Prieto is your left fielder for the Californians. And he takes ball 2. 2 runners on. 2 runs for Azusa. 2 runs for Aroma. Top of the second inning. Pony Palomino World Series action. The pitch. And that's a shot. Oh, the third baseman almost got that. Kept it from rolling further out. Nice attempt by the third baseman for Aroma Park. Harris. Jaden Harris. So now we've got 2 outs on the top of the second. Bases loaded with number 12 for Azusa coming to the plate. P. Dominguez. Facing Brody Clark with bases loaded, high outside, ball 1. Now batting number 12, P. Dominguez. Dominguez facing off against Clark. Fouls one over the press box. That's a souvenir. 1-1 the count, 2 outs, bases loaded, top of the second. Dominguez at the plate. Clark on the mound. The windup. And that's a shot into shallow right field. Right fielder's under it. And that retires the side. Azusa, California scoring 1 run to tie the game 2-2 as we go into the bottom of the second. 2024 Pony Palomino World Series action game 1 here at Veterans Field. We'll be right back after these brief commercial messages. And we're back. Live action from Veterans Field, Pony Palomino World Series. Number 23, Spencer Boudreau, the catcher, now batting for Aroma Park. Score tied, takes a swing and a foul tip. The pitcher for Azusa, number 3, M. Reese. Jay Ortiz catching for Mr. Reese. Reese now facing Spencer Boudreau, who shoots one down to shortstop. Shortstop grabs it. Nice throw. Out number 1 for Azusa. Number 6, D. Ortiz, a shortstop with a nice grab. Nice throw to first for the first out here, the bottom of the second. And that's a ball to the batter for Aroma. Number 12, Hayes. at the plate, takes a swing and a miss. 1-1 the count. Emmett Hayes, number 12, left fielder for the Aroma Park team, takes strike 2 from Reese. 1 out. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count to Hayes. Wind up. And that's a strike. Out goes Mr. Hayes. Emery striking out the left fielder. Will now face number 2, Jaden Hodges. Hodges, the first baseman for Aroma Park. Foul ball into the screen, back into the net, right towards our home plate camera. Game's being brought to you by Southern Sanitation. Ball outside to number 2, Hodges. Jaden Hodges. That's low and outside. Gets past the catcher. Hodges now with 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 outs here at the bottom of the second. Aroma Park now batting. A short chop foul ball down the third baseline. Hodges on his wheels quickly. Headed towards first, but coming back, foul ball. These games are being brought to you by Southern Sanitation and Southern American Live Doppler Radar, privately owned Doppler radar that covers all of South Texas, Laredo. And again, I apologize for any background noise. We're trying to do double duty here. And we've got a grounder right past the pitcher, down past second base and into center field. Runner Hodges now on first with 2 outs. And number 10 coming to the mound for Aroma Park, number 10, Thomas Ophil. Now batting, number 10, Thomas Ophil. Thomas Ophil now batting for Aroma, left-hander facing the right-hander, M. Reese. First base coach for Aroma Park having a conversation with the first base umpire. 2 outs, 1 man on, bottom of the second. And that's a pop-up right here, shallow left, and it's going to drop. And the runner's going to try to get into third. And he's safe at third, and runner makes it to second. Thomas Ophil with a blooper over to left, drops in. Runner Hodges with some wheels on him, runs over to third base, safe, close call there. Nice throw by the left fielder to try to pick him off. Number 44 now at the plate, Mason McHugh, and the ball gets past Ortiz, the catcher, and that run's going to score. Hodges comes in. Oh, and he's hobbling. Hodges is hurt back here. And now he's limping. I think he may have pulled a hamstring. Hodges is now hobbled and headed over to the dugout, clutching his left hamstring. Run scores, and so now we've got Aroma Park 3, Azusa, California 2. Runner at third, Mason McHugh at the plate. And Reese, the pitcher for Azusa, delivers a strike. 1-1 the count. Bottom of the second. And that's strike 2 from Reese to McHugh. McHugh, left-hander, facing the right-hander Reese with a runner on third and 2 outs. And that's outside. 2-2 the count. 2 outs. Aroma Park 3, Azusa 2, bottom of the second. Games brought to you by Kraus Development. And that's strike 3 to Mason McHugh. Reese getting the last batter. Aroma Park scoring 1 run here in the bottom of the second to lead Azusa 3-2. And we'll be right back after these brief commercial messages. Okay, and we're back here, the top of the third inning. Azusa, California facing Aroma Park, Illinois. Aroma Park leading 3-2 in the first game of the 2024 Pony Palomino World Series, brought to you by Southern Sanitation, Southern American Live Doppler Radar, privately owned state-of-the-art Doppler radar, long time coming to the city of Laredo. And that is ball 1 to number 5 for Azusa. Number 5, Devia pops it right up in foul territory, but first baseman's got it, and that is out number 1. Here at the top of the third, the batter, number 5, Devia, flying out. Number 2, Hodges, the first baseman, making that grab. And now batting number 34, M. Pettis, facing off against the lefty, Brody Clark. And he takes ball 1 inside. Now batting number 34, D. Pettis. 0-1 the count. Sorry, 1-1 the count now to Pettis. 1 out. Top of the third. Box scores brought to you by Kraus Development, Pinnacle Center, and Gateway Park. Fine industrial complexes built by the partners at Pinnacle and Gateway, managed by Kraus Development. Foul tip. 2-2 the count. Number 34, M. Pettis at the plate, facing number 22, Clark, the lefty, and that's foul. Out of play. Over by the Tiger sign. Veterans Field, home of Martin High School's Mighty Tigers here in Laredo, Texas. And that one is right down the first baseline, but is foul. 2-2 the count, 1 out, top of the third. Azusa batting, number 34, D. Bettis facing Mr. Brody Clark. Looking intently as he winds, and that's a foul ball. Bettis trying to stay alive. Brody Clark's got some good movement on his breaking balls. Good off-speed pitch and a good fastball. He's done a good job so far in the first 2 innings. And that's a shot between third and shortstop. Rolls out to left field for a single for Bettis from Azusa Park. And now coming to the plate for Azusa, left-handed hitter. Now batting number 9, D. Ortiz.
What numbers on base?
High and outside, catcher up in a hurry. Spencer Boudreau making sure the runner, the designated hitter Ortiz, doesn't try to run over to second. The pitch, again high and outside, to the batter, number 9, D. Ortiz. And my mistake, M. Bettis is at first base. M. Bettis and D. Ortiz is at the plate. Lefty facing a lefty. And Clark goes over to first, keeping Bettis honest over there. Bettis safely making it back. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Top of the third. And that's a strike. 2-1 the count now to Ortiz. Runner on first, 1 out. Pony Palomino World Series action, high and inside. Little chin music for number 9, Ortiz. Brody Clark on the mound for Aroma Park, who leads Azusa 3-2. Going back to first. Safe back at first, Ortiz. I'm sorry, Bettis. Number 34, Bettis. The lefty Ortiz facing the lefty Clark. And that's a walk. Now we're going to have 2 runners on. Runner at second, runner at first. 1 out, top of the third with number 6, J. Ortiz coming to the plate. Now batting number 6, J. Ortiz. On the mound for Aroma, having a conversation with his catcher, Spencer Boudreau, is Brody Clark, the left-hander. As we are watching some live action here at Veterans Field in Laredo, Texas, brought to you by Southern Sanitation and Southern American Live Doppler Radar, Laredo's only privately owned state-of-the-art Doppler radar that is brought to you by Southern American. That radar helps cover a gap that existed for over 50 years. Doppler radar is brought to you in Laredo, this area, from a Doppler system in Corpus Christi, Texas, and another in Del Rio. And unfortunately, it created a gap in coverage. And Southern American brought in a state-of-the-art Doppler radar to cover the gap. Fine community commitment from the folks over at Southern American. And our title sponsor, Southern Sanitation. Our scorebox sponsor is Kraus Development, developers of Pinnacle Center and Gateway Park. Gateway, situated just outside the city of Laredo with all the big city amenities, That's a strike
You want to go get it before.
to Jay Ortiz.
What's it called? One, two, right?
2 balls, 1 strike.
2 balls, 1 strike to Ortiz. Gateway has all the city amenities without the city taxes. Great facility being developed by folks at Kraus Development. We got a 3-1 count now to Ortiz. Brody Clark on the mound with runners on second and first. Full count, 1 out, top of the third. Aroma leading Azusa 3-2. Pony Palomino World Series live action and the pitch. And that is high infield. Looks like the first baseman's under it. And that is out number 2. Out number 2 for Azusa. With runners on second, 2 outs. Number 1 is coming to the plate. A. Martinez. Now batting for Azusa, A. Martinez. A. Martinez is being substituted in. And he'll be facing the left-hander Brody Clark with 2 runners on, 2 outs, top of the third. Right-hander facing the left-hander. Runner at second, take a nice, comfortable lead. But he may not want to challenge that catcher, Boudreaux. Strong arm, quick off his stance, off his crouch, and he may not want to do that. And that's high and outside. Boudreaux on his feet quickly. 1 ball, 1 strike to Martinez. Runners at second and first. The pitch. Man, that's a ball. 2-1 the count. 2 outs. 2 runners on, second and first. Top of the third. Aroma Park leading Azusa, California.
That's the big thing.
And that's a swing and a miss by Martinez. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Top of the third. And that's high and outside for a 3-2 count with runners on second and first. A full count. 2 outs, top of the third. Clark on the mound. Martinez at the plate. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and that retires the side for Azusa. Aroma Park, Brody Clark striking out Martinez to end the inning. And the score remains Aroma Park, Illinois 3, Azusa, California 2. And we'll be right back in just a few minutes.
What number?
here we are, bottom of the third. Aroma Park, Illinois, 3. Azusa, California, 2. And now batting for Aroma Park, number 21. Now batting number 21, TJ Prude. TJ Prude batting for Aroma. And he takes strike 1. Prude playing right field for Aroma. 1-1 the count to Prude. First batter of the inning for Aroma, bottom of the third. Takes a ball in the dirt. Pitching for Azusa. Swing and a miss by Prude. 2-2 the count. Emery still on the mound for Azusa. A. Martinez has come into the game as well. 3-2 the count to Prude. Full count, no outs, bottom of the third, and that's wide outside. Prude walks to first. Azusa, California manager wants to have a conversation with this pitcher. A little team meeting. It's my favorite scene from Bull Durham is when they all meet at the mound and having conversations about all sorts of things except baseball. And M. Reese is headed to the dugout, and number 10 for Azusa, Jay Bernal, will be stepping onto the mound for Azusa. This broadcast is also brought to you by Advanced Spine Pain Solutions, Laredo, and Advanced Spine Pain Solutions, Edinburgh. Dr. Marte A. Martinez and his wonderful staff. Dr. Martinez, a double board certified pain management doctor and anesthesiologist. Former council member for the city of Laredo. Big sponsor of youth sports and is our broadcast sponsor today. Our title sponsor, Southern Sanitation and Southern American Live Doppler Radar. The Trevino family, great corporate citizens here in the city of Laredo. And Kraus Development, our box score sponsor. Developers of Pinnacle Center off of Mines Road in Laredo, Texas. And Gateway right off of I-35 as you're coming into Laredo from the north. Fantastic industrial developments from the partners over at Kraus Development. Members of those two projects, Pinnacle and Gateway. And we also want to thank other sponsors that we've got: the City of Laredo, Webb County, the Laredo Visitors and Convention and Visitors Bureau, CVB, the Laredo Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, Sames Auto, Whitworth Figueroa Law Firm, and a few others that we'll be mentioning. HEB is a sponsor. Rotex Truck, Andy's Auto Air, Andy's Mobility, and Sunbelt Air Conditioning, all part of the Rosas family enterprises. Richard Rosas, president of the Laredo Pony, big sponsor of youth sports. And we're coming back to live action here with a new pitcher, number 10, Jay Bernal, who will be facing number 99, Shires. Jay Shires, left-handed batter. Takes ball one outside. Shires, the designated hitter for Aroma. Some of these players hailing from Kankakee High School in Illinois. Others from Illinois Valley, others from communities around there that play in Aroma Park. Azusa, California has a great team trailing right now 2-3. New pitcher on the mound for them, Jay Bernal,
I know, I suggested that the other day.
replacing M. Reese. The score, Aroma 3, Azusa 2, and that is ball 4 to Shires, who walks to first, and we have runners at first and second. No outs here at the bottom of the third. Number 5, Jaden Harris at the plate. Now batting number 5, Jaden Harris. Jaden Harris on the plate. And again, I apologize. I'm doing double duty today, PA announcer and broadcast. We should have somebody here for the other games to do the PA announcing shortly. First game of the morning for the 2024 Pony Palomino World Series action here in Laredo, Texas. 18 under players. Harris at the plate. Bernal on the mound. And that is a ball. 2 balls, no strikes, no outs, 2 runners on. Bottom of the third. Aroma 3, Azusa 2. Bernal winds, high, fastball for a 3-0 count. Azusa in danger of loading the bases here. Bernal coming in relief of Reese for Azusa. Now facing Jaden Harris, number 5 for Aroma. At 3-1. 3-1 the count now to Harris. Bernal on the mound with 2 runners on, no outs. Bottom of the third. The pitch is high. Ball 4, and now the bases are loaded with no outs in the bottom of the third. And number 7, Jarius Harris, is coming to the plate. Now batting number 7, Jarius Harris. Harris, the third baseman for Aroma, facing off against Bernal with bases loaded, no outs. Takes strike 1 for the first pitch from Bernal. Azusa trailing 2-3. In danger with 3 runners on. Harris, the right-hander, at the plate. Bernal delivers high fastball, 1-1 the count. Stay tuned for the next game that comes on here at 11 o'clock at Veterans Field. Pony Palomino World Series action. And that's a foul ball down the third baseline. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. Runners on all the bags. Harris, the third baseman, at the plate facing Bernal, who came in relief of Reese. With a 1-2 count. And that ball hits the front of the plate and goes over the catcher's head. And that's going to score a run. Number 21, Prude, crossing the plate. Number 10, Bernal, the pitcher, threw that right in front of the plate and bounced right over the catcher. Runners advance, so runners at third and second. Harris at the plate with a 2-2 count and no outs. 1 run has already scored in this inning. And that's outside, and that gets past the catcher, and that's going to roll all the way to the backstop. And that's going to score another run. Jay Shires crossing the plate. Runner advances to third. Harris is at the plate with a 3-2 count. There are no outs, and 2 runs have scored so far. Bernal putting a couple of them in the dirt that have gotten past the catcher, Ortiz. And the score now 5-2, Aroma Park. Oh, and that goes right over the head of Harris, who ducked just to make sure it didn't hit him in the head. And he walks to first, so now runners on the corners. Harris on first. Jaden Harris on third. 5-2, number 23, Spencer Boudreau, the catcher for Aroma, coming to the plate. Now batting number 23, Spencer Boudreau. Boudreau, the catcher for Aroma Park, quick off his feet, strong arm, having a good game here. And number 7, Jay Rocha, is coming in relief of Jay Bernal for Azusa. So we're having a pitcher change here. And so we're going to make a few announcements here about some of our sponsors. Thank some of the guys that have been great to this organization. Of course, the City of Laredo, Webb County, the Laredo Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, Laredo Convention and Visitors Bureau, Eileen Ramos over there, great individual. Sames Auto, oldest Ford dealership in Texas. Sigurd Whitworth, Rotex, Andy's Mobility, Andy's Auto Air, Sunbelt Air Conditioning. Our broadcast sponsor, Advanced Spine Paint Solutions, Laredo and Edinburgh, Dr. Marta Martinez, double board certified anesthesiologist and pain management doctor. Our box score sponsor, Kraus Development, developers of Pinnacle Center and Gateway Park, just outside the city of Laredo. And our title sponsor, Southern Sanitation, Southern American Live Doppler Radar. Thank you, sponsors, for being a part of this. We've got a few other sponsors that have been great to this organization, HEB. And now we come back to live action with Boudreau, number 23, the catcher, at the plate, facing number 7, Jay Rocha, on the mound now for Azusa. With runners on the corner, no outs. Runner goes, safe at second. Runners at third and second. And that's a strike to Boudreau. Catcher quick off his feet, but didn't dare throw. Rocha facing Boudreau, and Boudreau hits one deep into center field. Center fielder is backing up. Runner's going to tag at third. And Jaden Harris crosses the plate for run number 3 in this inning, bringing the score Aroma Park 6, Azusa 2. Runner holds at second, Jarius Harris. Boudreau recording the first out for Aroma. And now at the plate, number 12, Emmett Hayes. Swing and a miss. Now batting number 12, Emmett Hayes. Emmett Hayes, the left fielder for Aroma Park. Runner at second. One out, and he smashes one into center field right over the shortstop. Harris, with some wheels on him, is going to score from second base. Jarius Harris flashing around third base all the way home. Bring in the 4th run for Aroma Park. Emmett Hayes singled out to center left. Rocha now on the plate at the mound facing number 2 Hodges at the plate. Now batting number 2, Jaden Hodges. One ball, no strikes, and swing and a miss by Hodges. 1-1 the count, 1 out, runner at first. 4 runs have scored so far in this bottom of the third. Aroma Park leading 7-2 over Azusa. And that's a foul ball. Headed over towards first base, out of play.
This one and the next one. I will do the evenings. And then I'll be back tomorrow. So I'll do the ones that I'll do tomorrow. Huh?
And Rocha on the mound, facing off against Hodges. 2-2 the count. That's a strike. Runner at first, 1 out. Number 2, Hodges, the first baseman, facing Rocha, the relief pitcher, who's come in relief of Bernal, who relieved Reese. Swing and a miss. The ball hits the ground.
He's out.
And a little confusion there. Runner is thrown out at second.
So the batter's already out.
The batter was out because base was occupied. So that is an out, 1 for the batter, Hodges. And the runner, Hayes, running to second, was caught running. So here we'll take a break and run some commercials, pay some bills, and we'll be right back.
1 minute to go there and come back.
For 50 years, Southern Sanitation has been managing the waste disposal needs of the city of Laredo and the surrounding communities, doing its part in helping keep the community clean. Call Southern Sanitation at 956-723-3333 and let us help you manage all your waste disposal needs. Southern Sanitation, celebrating 50 years of service. For 50 years, Southern Sanitation managing waste disposal needs of the city of Laredo. From Veterans Field, Pony Palomino World Series, Aroma Park versus Azusa, California. Brody Clark still on the mound, number 25 for Azusa. Escalera now at the plate with 1 strike from Clark so far. And that's a shot right over to shortstop, and shortstop grabs it. Out number 1 for Aroma. Coming to the plate now.
Gene, I need to go to the restroom, Gene.
I can't stop the game for you.
Bring it over here.
We can't stop the game for Hector over a game changer. Number 2, Escalera at the plate. And that's a strike to Escalera from Brody Clark, the left-hander, who's had a heck of a game so far. Held Azusa scoreless in the last inning. And that's a shot down the first base line in the field of play. Foul ball. Unable to get to it. right fielder, number 21, Prude. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. Aroma Park leading Azusa 7-2. Clark throws a high fastball. 1-2 the count. Clark having a good game so far. Winds up outside. 2-2. 1 out. Top of the 4th. Azusa trailing here in the, and that's a shot. Oh, and what a catch by the third baseman, and a heck of a throw. Outstanding defensive play by the third baseman, Harris, Jarius Harris, the third baseman, making a great stab right by the line, on his feet, over to first for out number 2. Great defensive play. Clark winds up. Oh, and that ball gets past the catcher, Spencer Boudreau. Now batting number 44, Di Prieto. Prieto facing off against the left-hander Brody Clark, who's had a great game so far. Takes strike 1 from Clark. 1-1 the count with 2 outs. Top of the 4th inning here. Outside, 2-1 the count to Prieto. Spencer Boudreau, the catcher for Aroma, also having a great game. Not much has gotten past him. Prieto, the right-hander, facing the left-hander Clark with 2 outs, 3-1 the count. Top of the 4th, and he's going to walk Prieto. And so that puts a runner on first. And now batting number 12, P. Dominguez. Number 12, P. Dominguez, coming to the plate. Dominguez, the first baseman for Azusa, California, has a runner on first. There are 2 outs here at the top of the 4th, and he is facing Brody Clark, who's had a great game. Ball 1 to Dominguez. Runner on first, who was just walked, Di Prieto. Clark delivers. Strike 1. 1-1 the count. Clark with a good control, good off-speed pitches, good breaking ball, and a good fastball. And that's the shortstop straight ahead. Line drive out number 3. Number 12, P. Dominguez, lining out to the shortstop, Mason McHugh. And we'll be right back after these few messages. Again, broadcast brought to you live by Southern Sanitation. Southern Sanitation has been managing the waste disposal needs of the city of Laredo and the surrounding communities, doing its part in helping keep the community clean. Call Southern Sanitation at 956-723-3333 and let us help you manage all your waste disposal needs. Southern Sanitation, celebrating 50 years of service. For 50 years, Southern Sanitation has been managing the waste disposal needs of the city. And we've got a commercial break right on top of the action, but we are back. Number 10, Thomas Offel at the plate for Aroma Park, facing number 7, Jay Rocha on the plate. On the mound, I'm sorry, for Azusa. Pony Palomino World Series action here. 1-1 the count, bottom of the fourth, no outs. 7-2, Aroma Park leading Azusa, California. Thomas Offel at the plate, facing off against number 7, Jay Rocha on the mound. So far, Aroma Park has been in complete control of the game. Brody Clark on the mound been masterful. The bats had come alive in the last inning for Aroma Park, and that's a ball. 2-2 the count. The left-hander Offel facing Rocha, the right-hander. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Bottom of the fourth. Here in Laredo, Texas, Veterans Field, home of the mighty Martin Tigers. And I know every time I say that, a couple of the Longhorns and Nixon Mustangs start to giggle. Not fair. LISD's Crown Jewel Field here, Veterans. And now coming to the plate, number 44.
It used to be the cities, remember?
McHugh, Mason McHugh at the plate. Mason McHugh taking a strike from Jay Rocha, right-hander for Azusa, facing the left-hander McHugh with 1 out, 1 strike, nobody on. And that's outside, 1-1. McHugh having a good game as well. Playing shortstop. Recorded the last out for Aroma in the last inning. Line drive to him. And that's strike 2 to McHugh. Rocha putting that right on the outside corner. Keeping right away from McHugh, who's been good at the plate. And that's a foul ball going over the director's tent. Directors for Laredo Pony sitting down there by the third baseline in this nice big tent. Veterans Field used to belong to the city of Laredo. Now is the crown jewel of LISD, Laredo Independent School District. This used to be the home of the Tecolotes. And strike 3 to Mason McHugh. Rocha gets him swinging. Records out number 2, and that's going to bring up number 21, TJ Prude. Now batting TJ Prude, number 21, TJ Prude. Swing and a miss by Prude. Rocha throwing a nice fastball inside. Prude, the left-hander, takes swing number 2 and gets strike number 2. 2 outs, no balls, 2 strikes. Bottom of the fourth. Prude at the plate. Rocha strikes him out. And that ends the inning for Aroma Park. Azusa trailing 2-7 here at the top of the 5th. And we'll be right back after these short messages. And I know Hector over at Game Changer needed to take a bathroom break, so I think we're going to give it to him. All righty.
Sanitation has been managing the waste disposal needs of the city of Laredo and the surrounding communities, doing its part in helping keep the community clean. Call Southern Sanitation at 956-723-3333 and let us help you manage all your waste disposal needs. Southern Sanitation, celebrating 50 years of service. For 50 years, Southern Sanitation has been managing the waste disposal needs of the city of Laredo and the surrounding community, doing its part in helping keep the community clean. Call Southern Sanitation at 956-723-3333 and let us help you manage all your waste disposal needs. Southern Sanitation, celebrating 50 years of service. For 50 years, Southern Sanitation has been managing the waste
Tigers, Laredo, Texas. Pony Palomino 2024 World Series action. Azusa, California versus Aroma, Park, Illinois. And now batting for Azusa, number 5, Villa, who shoots one over to right field, and right fielder is going to be right there to get it. TJ Prude recording that out. Villa with a shot over to right field. Now batting number 34, M. Bettis. Now batting number 34, M. Bettis. And that's a high foul ball. I think it's inside the field of play. First baseman Hodges records out number 2. Brody Clark, the left-hander, seemingly in control here at the top of the 5th. Number 9, D. Ortiz coming to the plate. Now batting number 9, D. Ortiz. Ortiz takes ball 1 low and outside from Clark. There are 2 outs. Nobody on. Top of the 5th inning. Aroma leading Azusa 7-2. Mr. D. Ortiz, the shortstop for Azusa, at the plate facing Brody Clark, the left-hander. And that's a ground ball to second. Scooped up nicely. Oh, and that one almost got away from the second baseman. He flipped it over to first kind of flippantly. And the first baseman was able to stretch out and get it. Although the first baseman is still limping from his run earlier in the game. And so now we'll go to the bottom of the 5th with Roma Park leading Azusa 7-2. Game being brought to you by Southern Sanitation and Southern American Live Doppler Radar. Our box score sponsor, Kraus Development, Pinnacle Center, and Gateway Park, Industrial Park, just outside the city of Laredo. And our broadcast sponsor, Dr. Marte Martinez, Advanced Spine Pain Solutions, both in Laredo and in Edinburgh. Double board certified anesthesiologist and pain management doctor. Great folks. Shout out to Hector over at Game Changer, who's been a little loud, a little boisterous back there. We can hear him in the background arguing with somebody on the field.
Oh, yeah, come over here.
Hector over at Game Changer has been a stalwart at these games, been a fixture, kind of like a chair, but a loud chair here at Pony Palomino World Series. Hector hailing from the Valley, the loudest place on earth. And we're getting ready for the bottom of the fifth. Aroma Park coming to bat, and we have, let's see, who is our batter here for Aroma Park? Number 99, Jay Shires, the designated hitter. Now batting number 99, Jay Shires.
You want me to announce it on site?
Shires, left-handed designated hitter, facing Rocha, the right-hander, who had a good inning last inning, kept the Aroma Park bats silent. No runs were scored in that inning. Now facing the left-handed Shire, who hits a high fly ball, center right, and that's going to record out number one for Aroma Park. Coming to the plate, number 5, Jaden Harris. Now batting number 5, Jaden Harris. Harris, having a great game, has a set of wheels on him. He can get around those bases in a hurry. Number 5, Harris, playing your center field, can cover a lot of ground with his speed. Jay Rocha, the pitcher for Azusa, on the mound. 0-2 count to Harris. Puts one in the dirt for a 1-2 count. There is one out. Nobody on in the bottom of the fifth inning. With Harris at the plate, Rocha on the mound, ball 2. Aroma Park leading Azusa, California, 7-2. Camera crews from Liquid Studio Group, broadcasting for Laredo Pony. And that is a ball as well. Full count to Harris, 3-2. One out, nobody on, and the speedster Harris looking to get on base and try to extend the lead for Aroma Park. And he's going to walk to first base. And if you're watching, watch this young man run. Exceptional talent, lots of speed. Center fielder covers a lot of ground. Is now at first with one out, and Jarius Harris is coming to the plate, facing number 7 Rocha, the pitcher for Azusa, trailing 2-7 here. And there goes Harris, and he's in at second base, safe. Did I not tell you that he has a set of wheels? Over at second base, stole that thing quickly. Number 7, Jarius Harris, now at the plate, hoping to advance. Jaden Harris. One ball, no strikes, one out, runner on second. Fastball outside, ball 2. One out here in the bottom of the fifth. First game of the Pony Palomino World Series here in Laredo, Texas. And Harris fouls one over the press box into the parking lot. Harris, number 5, Jaden Harris, at second, is a speedster. Jarius Harris at the plate. And Rocha's going to check him. Going to check Harris at second. As well he should. Young man can run. The count 2-1. One out. Bottom of the fifth. Harris at the plate. And another foul ball. We've got one man on. One out. Bottom of the fifth. Game is brought to you by Southern Sanitation, Kraus Development, Southern American Live Doppler Radar, City of Laredo. Rocha wants to think this over, steps off the mound. Harris out of the batter's box. Jaden Harris at second. Jarius Harris at the plate. Rocha on the mound. Azusa trailing 2-7 against Aroma Park here in the bottom of the fifth. Live from Laredo, Texas. The pitch. Check swing. 2-2 the count. Sorry, 3-2 the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runner on second. 1 out. Rocha trying to keep the runner at bay. He's going to walk Harris. So we now have runners at second and first. Harris is at second, and Harris is at first. Jaden Harris at second. Jarius Harris at first. And at the plate, number 23, Spencer Boudreau, the catcher for Aroma Park, facing Rocha on the mound for Azusa with 1 out and 2 runners on. Swing and a miss by Boudreau. Strike 1. Now batting Spencer Boudreau. Boudreau, the catcher, quick on his feet, strong arm. Has a chance to drive in some runs here with the 2 Harrises on base. Jaden and Jarius. Aroma leads 7-2. Brody Clark, the pitcher for Aroma, has been masterful the entire game, holding Azusa to 2 runs so far. Foul tip by Spencer Boudreau. 0-2 the count, 1 out, 2 on. Two runners on. Bottom of the fifth. Boudreau at the plate. Rocha on the mound. Looks over at second. Makes sure the Speedy Harris stays. And there goes a drive into center field. Harris is going to hold at third. And Jaden Harris advances to second. Now we've got runners on all the bases. Harris on third, Harris on second, and Boudreau on first, with number 12 coming to the plate. Hayes, Emmett Hayes, the left fielder at the plate. Now batting number 7, number 12, Emmett Hayes. Bases loaded, 1 out here, the bottom of the fifth. Aroma Park threatening. Take strike 1. Hayes. Watch that one come in. Rocha on the mound trying to keep runners from scoring here in the bottom of the fifth. He's trailing 7-2. And there's a shot in the center field. That's going to be caught by the center fielder, and the Speedy Harris is going to try to get into home, and he does, and the other Harris moves into third. Runners on the corner, 1 run scores. Sacrifice fly by Hayes brings in a run, and the lead grows 8-2. Aroma Park now leading Azusa here in the bottom of the fifth with Hodges, the first baseman, coming to the plate. He'll be facing Rocha, who has done a fairly good job of keeping these bats silent, but he's got runners on the corners. 1 run has already scored, and there are 2 outs. Trying to keep Aroma Park from building on this 6-point lead that they've got, leading 6-2 over Azusa. The Speedy Harris at third. Hayes, Boudreau over at first. 1 strike to Hodges, the first baseman. And the runner at first goes. There's a fly ball to shallow right field, caught by the second baseman, and that ends the inning. With Aroma Park leading 8-2 over Azusa as we go to the top of the sixth, and we'll be right back after these brief messages.
Southern Sanitation has been managing the waste disposal needs of the city of Laredo and the surrounding communities, doing its part in helping keep the community clean. Call Southern Sanitation at 956-723-3333 and let us help you manage all your waste disposal needs. Southern Sanitation, celebrating 50 years of service. For 50 years, Southern Sanitation has been managing the waste disposal needs of the city of Laredo and the surrounding community, doing its part in helping keep the community clean. Call Southern Sanitation at 956-723-3333 and let us help you manage all your waste disposal needs. Southern Sanitation, celebrating 50 years of service. For 50 years, Southern Sanitation has been managing the waste disposal needs of the city of Laredo and the surrounding communities, doing its part in helping keep the community clean. Call Southern Sanitation at 956-723-3333 and let us help you manage all your waste disposal needs. Southern Sanitation, celebrating 50 years of service. For 50 years, Southern Sanitation has been managing the waste disposal needs of the city of Laredo.
And we're back here with Aroma Park leading Azusa 8-2. Batter number 5 for Azusa at the plate.
Who's batting?
Number 5 is D. Villa. Villa is the third baseman for Azusa. Brody Clark is still on the mound, delivering strikes again. 1-2 the count to Villa. No outs. Top of the sixth. Aroma Park leading Azusa. And that's a 2-2 count. Clark has pitched all 6 innings so far and has held Azusa to 2 runs with great control of his pitches. And that's a shot in the shallow center right, and that's going to get past the right fielder a little bit, but the center fielder's there to back him up. And they'll hold the runner at first. A single for D. Villa. Coach is coming to the mound. He's going to want to have a conversation with Mr. Clark. Number 1, A. Martinez will be stepping up to the plate for Azusa. And it's possible that Brody Clark is coming out, and we'll see a new pitcher for Aroma Park, Illinois. Yep. Big round of applause for Brody Clark, who's had a great game, great control of his pitches, has held Azusa to 2 runs through 6. And he's going to take a breather while Aroma Park, Illinois, brings on a new pitcher, a right-hander, who'll be facing A. Martinez. A. Martinez has come into the game. I think he's playing right field. I've not gotten the lineup change on that one. 2024 Pony Palomino action here in Laredo, Texas. Veterans Field, home of Martin High School Tigers. And we've got number 15 is coming in relief of Brody Clark. Peyton Harwood hails from Illinois Valley. He's going to be facing A. Martinez
I'm gonna go to the restroom.
here in the top of the sixth, with Hector over a game changer headed to the boys' room.
The boys' room, yeah.
He's been,
The boys' room.
yep. Oh, Hector, he's been a stalwart these games. He for game changer, recording all of the happenings at these games. Was here a couple weeks ago for the zone. Didn't get home till late. Zone games went all the way to 1 o'clock in the morning. That's a trooper right there. Liquid Studio Group providing the audio visual for you today. Sponsored by Southern Sanitation, Southern American Live Doppler Radar. Our box score sponsor, Kraus Development, developers of Pinnacle Center and Gateway Park, Industrial Park just outside of Laredo, Texas. Our broadcast sponsor, Dr. Marte Martinez, Advanced Spine Pain Solutions, Laredo and Edinburgh. And here we go. Peyton Harwood taking over for Spencer Brody. Will be facing A. Martinez at the plate on the top of the sixth with one runner on. And he delivers strike one to Martinez. First pitch for Harwood. There are no outs. Aroma leading 8-2 in the top of the sixth inning. And a swing and a miss. And the ball gets past Spencer Boudreau. Advancing D. Villa to second base with no outs. A. Martinez has a 0-2 count. Took a swing at that one. Peyton Harwood now on the mound in relief of Brody Clark, who had a great game. The right-hander strikes out. A. Martinez to record out number one. And now number 25 is coming to the plate.
I'm sorry?
Coming to the plate for Azusa, 25 Escalera. Now batting number 25, E. Escalera. Escalera is the center fielder for Azusa. Apologize for the repeat. I'm doing double duty here, broadcast announcer and PA announcements. Ball one.
You're one of a kind.
As is Hector over a game changer, one of a kind. When they made him, they broke the mold. They tried to break Hector too, but they couldn't do it. And the pitcher is going to check the runner at second. Villa, 25 Escalera, the center fielder. One ball, no strikes, one out. And the ball gets under Boudreau. Quick to pick it up and find it. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Top of the sixth. Azusa 2. Aroma Park 8. Here in the first game of the Pony Palomino World Series in Laredo, Texas. The pitch by Harwood. Strike one. So 2-1 the count. Runner at second. 1 out. Top of the sixth. New pitcher Peyton Harwood throws the ball 3-1 to Escalera, the center fielder. Harwood, number 15, hailing from Illinois Valley Community College, CC. In and around Aroma Park, Illinois. That one hits the dirt for ball 4, and now we're going to have runners at first and second with 1 out as Escalera heads to first. And now coming to the plate is the top of the order, Z. Escalera, the right fielder, will be facing Peyton Harwood, the right-hander, in relief of Spencer Brody. Now batting number 2, Z. Escalera. Escalera right fielder, right-handed batter, facing the right-handed Harwood. Takes ball one. One out. Two runners on, top of the sixth inning. Harwood delivers another ball. 2-0 the count. Aroma Park comfortably in the lead, 8-2. But you never know. These bats could come alive and the game could get tight. And that's a strike from Harwood to Escalera. Harwood, who has come in relief of Brody Clark, the left-hander who had a great game through 6 innings, delivers strike number 2 to Escalera. So with one out, runners at second and first, 2 balls, 2 strikes to Escalera. Harwood delivers, and that's a shot down the foul ball line, third base.
Very good.
Almost got in there. That would have helped Azusa. Instead, the count is 2-2. One out. Runners on second and first. Harwood on the mound. Escalera at the plate. Azusa trailing 2-8 to Aroma Park, Illinois. On deck is number 44. Ball inside, 3-2. Number 44 for the folks over at Azusa. Does not look like he's on my roster here. Ah, there he is, Di Prieto. There he is, Di Prieto, number 44 is on deck, and Escalera watches it come in, strike 3. And Harwood records out number 2 for Aroma. Azusa, top of the 6, 2 outs, runners at second and first. Azusa trailing 2-8 with Di Prieto stepping into the box to face Peyton Harwood, the right-hander. And that's a foul ball. High, out of play. Now batting Di Prieto. Prieto, who is the left fielder for Azusa. Oh, it looks like Hodges is hobbling off, coming in from first base, and now it's his right leg that seems to be hurt. Earlier it was his left, and now it's the right. And coming to substitute for him at first base is number 1, Brian Willis. Brian Willis in relief of Jaden Hodges at first base. With 2 outs, 2 on, 1 strike. And that's a shot down third. Picked up by the third baseman, and that is out number 3 for Azusa. It'll bring up Aroma Park here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Aroma Park leading 8-2, and we'll be right back after a brief commercial message.
Hey, Gene, who's listening to all this?
is, we're back. 2024 Pony Palomino action number 10 for Aroma Park coming to the mound to the plate. Thomas Awful takes strike one from Rocha, number 7, pitching for Azusa. Second baseman Awful for Aroma takes ball 1, 1-1 the count, no outs. Bottom of the 6th, Aroma leading 6-2 over Azusa. Foul ball, looks like third baseman might have a play at it, and he's not going to get there. 1 ball, 2 strikes,
You ready?
no outs. Bottom of the 6th. Number 10, Awful, the second baseman, facing number 7, Rocha, the right-hander for Azusa. And that's a nice short hop to pitcher. Coming off the foot of Awful for foul ball. 1-2 the count. First base coach coming over to take a look at his player, make sure he's okay. The left-hander Awful facing the right-hander Rocha. Here at the bottom of the 6th, Pony Palomino World Series action, game number 1, Friday, June 26th. This is the first game. We have another game at 11:30, and there is a game being played over at the UISD Student Activity Complex. Outfield to first base. Pitcher runs and grabs the throw, and he's out at first. To record out number 1. And stepping to the plate is number 44, Mason McHugh. McHugh, the shortstop for Aroma, will be facing Rocha, the right-hander. Now batting number 44, Mason McHugh.
I hear you now.
The coach coming over to talk to McHugh. The Azusa team having a nice conversation with the pitcher over at on the mound. And Rocha is headed to the dugout. And we're going to have a pitching change here for Azusa. As the game continues, bottom of the 6th, with Aroma Park leading 8-2 with only 1 out. Mason McHugh is going to be facing the new pitcher. We'll get his name in just a second.
What number is the new pitcher, Mario?
And number 28, Morales, will be pitching for Azusa, facing Mason McHugh, trailing Aroma Park 8-2. World Series action brought to you by our sponsors, Rotex Truck Center, Andy's Auto Air, Andy's Mobility, Sunbelt Air Conditioning, all Rosas Family Enterprises, Richard Rosas, President of Laredo Pony, Whitworth Figueroa, Line Decker Construction, Laredo Convention and Visitors Bureau, the City of Laredo, Webb County, Judge Donald Tijerina and the Commissioner's Court, thank you for your support. Our title sponsors, Southern Sanitation and Southern American Live Doppler Radar. Our box score sponsor, Kraus Development, developers of Pinnacle Center and Gateway Park, just outside of City of Laredo. And Dr. Marte Martinez, Advanced Spine Pain Solutions, is our broadcast sponsor. Advanced Spine Pain Solutions, Laredo and Edinburgh, serving the Valley. Double board certified anesthesiologist and pain management doctor. HEB, proud sponsor of the 2024 Pony Palomino World Series. Otila's Restaurant, brand new restaurant to Laredo, Texas. Great cuisine, located on Del Mar Boulevard over by Alexander Estates. fantastic fine dining over at Otilas. And so we're coming back to the action with Mason McHugh, the left-hander, facing number 28, Morales. A pitching change for Azusa, trailing 2-8 here in the bottom of the sixth. Inside, ball one to McHugh. There are no runners on. There is one out. And Mason McHugh steps into the batter's box to face Morales, the new pitcher, with a 1-0 count, bottom of the sixth. And that's a strike. 1-1 the count from Morales. Aroma Park seemingly in control of this game so far. Has done very, very well. And that's strike two to McHugh. Morales, good fastball. Keeping it on the outside corner away from the left-hander McHugh. 1-2 the count. The windup on that one got away from him a little bit. 2-2 the count. What we don't have here that we have at one of our other stadiums is a speed radar. We can't tell you how fast they're throwing, but we can tell you it's humming. Oh, and there goes McHugh shooting one over second base into shallow center right for a one-base single. So with one out, we have a runner on first base and a left-handed batter stepping into the box for Aroma Park, and it looks like number 22, Clark, Brody Clark, who pitched a masterful game early on, 6 innings of control, holding the Azusa bats to 2 runs, is now coming in as the batter. The slot that was held by Jay Shires, the designated hitter, now is occupied by Clark, I think. I can't see the other number. And Morales trying to keep runner honest at first. And my mistake, it's 21. TJ Prude, who's at the plate. The left-hander, TJ Prude, at the plate for Aroma Park, who attempts a bunt and takes strike 2. Runner at first, 1 out. TJ Prude at the plate, the left-hander, not Brody Clark. Brody Clark did a fantastic job on the mound, but is not batting. This is TJ Prude. And Morales on the mound for Azusa, high and outside for ball 1. Azusa unable to figure out Brody Clark, managed only 2 runs and had 4 scoreless innings so far. While Aroma Park's bats came alive 1 round. Oh, and there goes Prude shooting one all the way into right field. And it's going to be a double play as the runner, McHugh, thought that was going to drop in, got himself almost all the way to second and had to turn right back around, and the right fielder for Azusa picking him off at first. So 2 outs. 3 outs, I'm sorry. 2 outs on that, and that makes it 3 outs and retires the inning for the Azusa California team. We're going to the top of the 7th. Aroma Park leading 8-2 over Azusa in the last frame. And we're going to take just a short, brief commercial break to flash the sponsors for our logo sponsors, or sponsors logos, excuse me. and then we'll be right back.
Managing the waste disposal needs of the city of Laredo and the surrounding communities. Doing its part in helping keep the community clean. Call Southern Sanitation at 956-723-3333 and let us help you manage all your waste disposal needs. Southern Sanitation, celebrating 50 years of service.
Sorry for some technical difficulties here. We had a little interruption, but we're back. And that's a single in the left field, number 12 for Azusa. Here at the top of the seventh, D. Dominguez recording a single. Number 5, D. Villa coming to the plate. Now batting number 5, D. Villa. And he's facing Peyton Harwood, the right-hander for Aroma Park. And that's a high foul ball inside the field of play, but Spencer Boudreau, the catcher, could not find it. Couldn't get back to it. But that's strike number 1. No outs. Runner on first via the batter for Azusa at the plate, and Harwood on the mound for Aroma Park. Trailing 2-8 is Azusa. Aroma Park, their bats came to life in the bottom of the third. They scored 4 runs in that one and now lead 8-2 in the last frame. And that's a high fly ball infield. I think the second baseman's going to get under it. There we go. And that is out number 1. Second baseman for Azusa, Thomas Offel, number 10, recording that out. Harwood now is going to take on number 34, M. Bettis, for Azusa. Harwood, the right-hander who came in relief of Brody Clark. Ball 1 to Bettis. Now batting number 34, M. Bettis. With 1 out, 1 ball, no strikes, runner on first. Bettis takes ball 2 from Harwood. This is the last frame for Azusa if they cannot catch up. Harwood delivers low and inside for ball 3. So the count 3-0. Runner on first, 1 out, top of the 7th inning. Harwood throws a strike to load to get it to 3-1. 3-1 with 1 out, runner on first, and the runner walks. Villa on first, Beto on second. And number 9, D. Ortiz, coming to the plate. Now batting number 9, D. Ortiz. Ortiz, the left-handed batter, will be facing the right-handed Harwood. as Azusa trails 2-8 here in the top of the 7th with 2 runners on, 1 out, trying to stay alive in this first game of the Pony Palomino World Series from Laredo, Texas, Veterans Field. Harwood delivers ball 1 to number 9. Ortiz, the left-hander, facing the right-hander, Harwood, takes ball 2. Wanted to take a swing at that. Good eye. Didn't take it. So now he's ahead. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 runners on, 1 out. Top of the 7th. Pony Palomino World Series action, and that is a shot that is going to land foul right by the third base line. Had that made it inside, we would have had some runs come in, but Aroma Park continues to lead 8-2 here in top of the 7th. 1 out, 2-1 the count to Ortiz. Harwood winds, swing and a miss, strike 2 to Ortiz. 2-2, 1 out, 2 on for Azusa in the top of the 7th. Harwood winds, delivers, and that's a foul ball down the third baseline. Ortiz trying to stay alive, trying to keep his team alive. Hopes and dreams of making it to the championship game through the easy route, the winner's bracket. If they lose here, they go to the loser's bracket and have a hard way, the hard climb over to the championship game. While Aroma Park is in control here at the top of the 7th. Spencer Boudreau, the catcher for Aroma Park, keeping that ball in front of him. It's a full count, 3-2, 1 out, 2 runners on. Top of the 7th, Ortiz at the plate, Harwood on the mound, and the pitch. Outside, ball 4, and the bases are going to load. Here in the top of the 7th, a little life for Azusa, California, as the manager walks to the mound to talk to his pitcher, Harwood. And it does look like we're going to have a pitching change. I would recommend that Hector, over a Game Changer, put his phone on vibrate so that we wouldn't have to hear his calls. Hector a Game Changer, the loudest Game Changer member ever, hails from the Valley, loudest place on earth. Hard to count them in the 956 with us, but we do. They're like our wayward cousin down there in the 956 in the Valley. Pitching change here. We're going to go and take a commercial break real quick, and we'll be right back. And we're back with a pitching change.
Tyler Chorek, number 26.
Tyler Snorek for Aroma Park, coming in relief of Peyton Harwood. Tyler Snorek takes the mound with a comfortable lead, but runners on all the bases with one out. The batter, Jay Ortiz, number 6, at the plate. Oh, and the ball gets past Spencer Boudreau, and a run's going to score for Azusa. Azusa now 3-8 with runners in scoring position, third and second. That one got past Boudreau, who has had a great game, but this one just kind of got away from him. New pitcher, Tyler Snorek, on the mound. And a foul ball by Ortiz.
2 strikes.
The count 1-2, one out, 2 runners on, second and third. And the ball gets past Boudreau again. Now that one was on Boudreau. Just didn't stick out his glove far enough to grab it. It was not wild. It was not a bad pitch. Boudreau just couldn't handle it. So another run scores. The lead is cut in half, so it is now Azusa 4, Aroma Park 8, runner at third, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, top of the 7th, and the hopes and dreams of Azusa are alive, with Aroma Park trying to close the door on Azusa. And swing and a miss, strike 3. Ortiz goes down swinging for out number 2. And here we are at the top of the 7th. And Azusa's down to their last out with a runner on third. Number 1 coming to the plate, A. Martinez, who's been playing right field, is facing Tyler Snorek. Low and outside for ball 1. Snorek in relief of Harwood. Throws strike to Martinez. 1-1 to count. 2 outs, runner at third. 2 runs have scored, but they trail 4-8. And a swing and a miss by Martinez for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the 7th, runner at third. The last out for Azusa, California. And it's recorded, out 3, and that does it for Azusa, as they will lose the game 4-8 to Aroma Park. Here, game number 1 for the Pony Palomino World Series 2024, live from Veterans Field, Laredo, Texas. Azusa, California 4, Aroma Park, Illinois 8, and that's the game for you. We'll be back here shortly for game number 2 from Veterans Field. We'll take a commercial break, and we'll be running commercials the entire time, so don't panic. New game starts about 11:45. We'll have the next game up. Okay. We'll be right back.
For 50 years, Southern Sanitation has been managing the waste disposal needs of the city of Laredo and the surrounding communities, doing its part in helping keep the community clean. Call Southern Sanitation at 956-723-3333 and let us help you manage all your waste disposal needs. Southern Sanitation, celebrating 50 years of service. For 50 years, Southern Sanitation has been managing the waste disposal needs of the city of Laredo and the surrounding communities, doing Southern Sanitation at 956-723-3333 and let us help you manage all your waste disposal needs. Southern Sanitation, celebrating 50 years of service.